Hello, this is Andy Copping. I'm the booker of the Download Festival. Here we are enjoying ourselves. Appreciate the support, and here's to everybody from Ramsine.
Hi, it's Natalie here from Ramsine, and I'm at Download with the probably the most famous promoter in the UK, Andy Copping. How's it going?
Thank you very much. Very good, thank you. Yeah, we're in good spirits.
So since 2003, looking around, did you ever expect Download to be as big and as well known as it is today?
To be honest, you know, when we launched back in 2003, we had no idea just how big it was going to grow to. When you think when we started back then, we were two stages over 2 days, whereas now we're at 4 or 5 stages. We've got the NXT wrestling, we're over 3 days. There's like almost a week's worth of camping. People start coming in on the Monday, Tuesday of the week before the festival, getting into the spirit of it. It's amazing how it's grown.
The other thing I was going to ask, with recent sort of terror events going on in the UK and across Europe, specifically targeting music festivals and events, what implications has that had on Download, and what measures have you taken to prevent them?
Well, we put a lot of measures in place. I mean, you know, the terrorism thing, yeah, it's around us. It seems to be part of our life at the moment, which is horrendous. We put in extra security. There are sort of armed police around the perimeter fence and in the village area of Download. We've upped our security measures. We've upped the amount of security here. The searches of searching the people when they come in has really been stepped up. And we've actually found that one thing I will have to say, for the fans and the festival goers, have been brilliant. They've totally understood why this has to be done.
Yeah.
It hasn't slowed things down too much, but they've been, you know, really courteous in helping us get through it and dealing with it. And you know, it has to be done. We've got to keep our people safe.
Yes, and there's been a fantastic response, and they're all really friendly as well, so it's really nice.
Super friendly.
So other than the beautiful press area, in comparison, it's gorgeous for those that can't see it. It's fantastic furniture.
It is very, very nice.
So other than the gorgeous press area and sort of the way it's sort of mapped out, what would you say, how many changes have you put in from last year?
Well, there's quite a few changes actually. I mean, we've obviously, you've mentioned the press area. The guest area as well that we've changed. We've just moved things around a little bit. We've reshuffled things out in the main arena. We just moved a couple of the stages around just to make things work. We're always looking to improve here. I think a lot of people don't realise that actually, you know, we never take anything for granted. We've been in this part of the overall Donington Park site now since 2009, but since then we've been doing everything we can to improve it. And right from the very beginning, when we launched Download back in 2003, is we talk to the fans. It's really important.
The forums.
Yeah, it is. We need their input. You know, the festival is nothing without the fans. The festival belongs to them. You know, we're the organisers, we put it on, but we want to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what can we do to improve. And you know, we're never that arrogant to think, yeah, we know exactly what we're doing, and you know, you'll put up with it. You know, we've got to be looking at improving at every level for the fans out there, because you know, it's important that they keep coming and they trust us and they believe in us.
And with Download having such an extensive history and so many bands playing, what would you say is your most memorable moment from Download? And also bearing in mind that every event has a hiccup at some stage, what would you say is the biggest hiccup that you can now look back and laugh on?
Oh, well listen, the biggest hiccup, without question, has to be in 2004 when our headline act, Metallica, came without their drummer. That was a big drama, I have to say. And I remember the conversation. First, I remember getting radioed to come backstage, which I did, and I got told, said Lars isn't here, and I went, oh, I can't say what I said, but anyway, he wasn't there, and there was two choices: they cancel, or they try and put on a show with guest drummers from the bands that were playing at the festival. Anyway, I didn't think they'd be able to pull it off. I thought it was too big an ask. The whole afternoon, one of the porta cabins was drummers coming in and rehearsing with Metallica in this porta cabin. There's all these Metallica songs being played in the backstage area all afternoon with the band rehearsing, and they actually pulled it off. That, without doubt, was the biggest hiccup that thankfully we got through. And you know, Metallica playing with Joe from Slipknot and Dave Lombardo from Slayer.
And they brought in their own drum tech, didn't they?
And the drum tech came and drummed as well. Was amazing, and we'll never ever see anything like that again. It was incredible.
It just shows how we all sort of step up and step together as a family in times of crisis.
It is, and you know, back then there was this whole thing about, you know, Metallica and Slayer, and there's all this angst between them and this rivalry. The whole of Slayer at the side of the stage, watching their drummer drumming with Metallica and cheering him on and cheering Metallica on. They were there to help one another, and that camaraderie was incredible. And we saw it again a couple of years later when Jonathan from Korn was ill, and he couldn't sing with Korn. So, you know, there was Benji from Skindred, there was Matt from Trivium, there was Matt Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold, all stepped in to sing Korn songs again. You'd never see that anywhere else. It's just that camaraderie. It goes right throughout the festival, not just the bands, but obviously also with the punters and everybody. It's really good.
And just to finish up the interview, Download is classed as a crowning glory for bands to play. And I'm sure you probably get asked this all the time. I'm sure you get numerous bribes and Facebook and tweets and hassles. So once and for all, if a band wanted to play Download, what would they have to do?
They would have to be good. They would have to have a following. They would have to make it attractive to us, to feel that it's right to put the band on the festival. Just work hard, build yourself up so you know, you deserve to be there. If you manage to get on the festival, that has to be the start, and just keep going and get out there touring, get your music out there, and just work really, really hard.
And I've been told not to tweet you and get the fan base to tweet you, because didn't that happen a few years ago?
Yeah, actually that's the worst thing that you can do, because it just clogs up you know, my social networks, and I understand, you know, the band's enthusiasm for doing so, but that is not going to help a band get booked.
That's how not to play Download.
I switch off, and you know, I'm not going to read them. You know, that's not going to work. I have a number of tastemakers out there within the media, agents, managers, all that, you know, tip me off. There are people that I know that go and see bands. I go and see bands on a regular basis, and you know, we get a feel of what's out there, and I'll see a good young band that, you know, I feel deserves to be on a Download.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, because I know you're incredibly desired by every member of the media here today.
That's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.